Well, guys, thank you for joining me with another episode of Kyle Eats. You guessed it, I'm Kyle. Where are we at today? You might be able to tell we are standing just outside of downtown Seattle, Washington, in front of Starbucks Reserve. You might ask, what is Starbucks Reserve? I'm pretty sure most of you have heard of Starbucks. There are over 40,000 locations in over 80 countries. There's only 6 of these, this being the original, built back in 2014. So I guess ultimately we're trying to decide, is it worth the hype or is it any better than a normal Starbucks? I personally am not a huge Starbucks fan. Maybe this place will change my mind. Nestled in Seattle's vibrant Capitol Hill, just 9 blocks from the original Pike's Place Starbucks, the Starbucks Reserve Roastery is Starbucks' flagship coffee destination. Opened in December of 2014, this 15,000 square foot immersive space puts craft and theater front and center. Home to custom roasting casks, artisanal princess-style pastries, and cocktail bars, it invites visitors to witness coffee's journey from bean to cup. Whether you're here for a rare single origin pour, a tasting tour, or an espresso martini mixology class, it's coffee elevated to art form. Discover the heart of Starbucks innovation, only here in Seattle, Washington. Oh, wow, there is a lot to look at in here. Holy smokes. There's a lot going on. Apparently you can book an experience. They have like an alcohol section, coffee lab, a journey through the senses, coffee roasting, tasting experience. Okay, I don't know that we're gonna do that. There's a lot going on in here, like a lot. So let me kind of get the lay of the land and I'll catch back up with you. Yeah guys, this place is overwhelming. There is so much stuff in here. So my camera lady, AKA my wife, is in line, a huge line. I'll show you that in a minute, but it seems to be broken up in a few different sections. Looks like they got like some sort of grills over there or ovens. They do some of their baked goods. They actually have a bar where they are doing mixed cocktails. I'm gonna assume coffee based. Then they have the roastery section here where it looks like they're roasting beans. It's for sale to the public. Got different options, but man, look at all the roastery equipment. They got some different blends there. Seems like $38 for half a pound. And then here's the main bar where I guess you order, typical coffee, drinks, and food. But yeah, this place is, there's a lot going on. There is a ton happening. And look at all the roastery equipment. There's the beans down there and on a pallet. Yeah, this goes way back there, as you can tell. Like they must roast a lot of beans in here. Holy smokes! I've heard it's pretty expansive, but I didn't really expect this. There's a lot going on here. Now I gotta hop in this line. All right, so here's our menu. Definitely got some different things. I guess available May 6th. That's some of the blends of coffee they're offering. Then they do have some typical beverages that you would find at any Starbucks or coffee joint around the country. On the back here they've got some seasonal beverages. I was actually eyeing that right there, the iced ube coconut latte. I'm a latte guy, and iced latte to be more specific. We've got a lavender matcha malt, a sakura float, and a citrus butterfly pea flower tea tasting journey. It looks like some type of flight there maybe. And they do have some food there. And apparently there is a more extensive menu, or I'm going to assume it's probably more of the traditional beverages. Their seasonal beverage type stuff. I don't know, I'm really considering that iced ube coconut latte there. We'll definitely get some, a couple treats here too. I'm not exactly sure yet, but yeah, so the register is right over there. It wraps around this bar. I'd say 2/3 of the way around maybe is where I'm standing. But it does seem to be moving relatively quick. Yeah, so they got a lot of their beans and stuff housed right in there. I will say the place is well staffed. There's people everywhere in here. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I do believe there is more up here other than the seasonal food. So once we get a little closer, we'll take a look at that. So we're getting to the food case there. At one time there was a margarita pizza in there, but that one has since sold. Looks like they got a sausage and grilled pepper. That looks really good. I just ate lunch, so I don't think I'm going to be partaking in the pizza, but That does look pretty good. It's like a thick pizza. Yeah, it's like a thick bread pizza. It does look really good though. It's $8 or $9.50. I mean, that's a pretty reasonable size slice. I don't really feel like that's too bad. And they got a salami picante. That looks pretty good. All right, so now we're getting up to the good stuff there. They got that raisin pistachio grella. It's kind of like a cinnamon roll with raisin. Then you got some cornettos. Got an almond one there, chocolate hazelnut, and then a raspberry. Yeah, I'm probably going to get one of those. I don't know which one I want though. I mean, they all look really good. I'm honestly leaning a little more to the chocolate, but I don't know. We got cinnamon roll down there. I think I'm going to pass on that one. And there they got a chocolate cornetto, a chocolate chip cookie. Looks like they got a lavender donut there. Oh man, that chocolate ganache brownie looks incredible. And then they've got an olive oil cake down here on the end. That may have to happen. That looks pretty good. I don't know though. A lot of sweet treats there. I don't know. I have to decide. I can't get them all. I think I gotta get at least one, maybe two, maybe three. Who knows? Can I do a hot latte with oat milk?
Sorry, what was that again?
An oat milk latte?
Yeah, grande.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Anything else?
I want to do the iced ube coconut latte.
Sure, what size is it taller, grande?
Let's do grande. I'd like to do one of the olive oil cakes, one of the chocolate ganache brownies, and one of. Oh, those are all taken.
Yeah, let me double check it.
Yeah. Okay, then let me do the hazelnut cornetto.
Yeah. Anything else?
And let me do the donut also. And then that'll do it. Kyle. Oh boy, there's a lot happening, a lot going on. You did get us some prime real estate though.
I did get us a good spot, huh?
Yeah, it's a good spot. So this will go off when the order is ready. We did get some pastries. We did get some coffee. I'm excited. It's kind of stressful in here though. This place is packed. All right, so while we're waiting on our food there, we got a handy dandy little beeper there. Total came out to $46. I did leave a $7 tip, 10%, or actually a little above 10%. So Jen my camera lady got a grande latte, Seattle MB. I'm assuming that's the coffee blend. I got that specialty latte. Here, let me show you real quick. The iced ube, is that how you say it? Coconut latte. I went with a olive oil cake, which is pretty stoked about that. A chocolate hazelnut cornetto, and a lavender berry donut. I was gonna get the chocolate ganache cake, but they were out. So $46, 35 is the subtotal for all the food and beverages. I don't know. I guess I'll tell you here shortly if it's worth it or not. They did a really good job of making this look very pretty. Like, okay, I mean that's good presentation. This is what I love, how they have their own real mugs. This looks interesting. I'm assuming rube. I don't know what that is exactly. Maybe I'll pop up it on the screen and maybe other people know. I actually don't know. All right. Okay, let's dig in. We're gonna start with the oatmeal latte. This is typically my drink of choice, whether it's at home, Starbucks, any coffee shop that I go to. I typically go for ice for the most part. My lovely partner, aka camera holder currently, likes hot coffee. Whether it's 100 degrees outside or 20, she's gonna get hot coffee. But I'm gonna go ahead and give this a little sip. It's good. Definitely better than a regular Starbucks. I kind of ready to get that cat out of the bag already, or that bear off my back is definitely better than a regular Starbucks. Very bold flavors of the coffee. You can really taste the coffee. My experience at typical Starbucks is you kind of just get burnt beans. I think Starbucks is kind of known for burning their beans to get a consistent taste. This is really good. Nice full-bodied espresso. I like that. I like that a lot. What do we got next? I'm going to have to read this off the menu. So, all right, so up next is this iced ube. It's UBE coconut latte. I don't exactly know what ube is. It's our first ube beverage. I really need to look that up because I have no idea really what I'm getting into. So it's the Starbucks Reserve Espresso, and coconut milk are poured over ice, topped with a rich ube coconut cold foam, and sprinkled with coconut flakes. You can definitely see the coconut flakes. The cold foam looks very thick, like it's not even floating down into the drink very much. I don't know. I honestly have no idea what this is going to taste like. Oh, I smell coconut. I may smell ube, but I have no idea what ube is. Interesting. Very sweet. Typically not something I would order, but I'm glad I did. Like I said, that cold foam is like a good inch thick, and like that liquid coffee struggles to get through that. So you get a good mouthful of that cold foam with the coconut. It's a fruity flavor, the ube. It's kind of like berry flavored in a sense. I do like it. It is sweet. It's not as sweet as I was expecting. I know a lot of cafe drinks are typically very, very sweet. I don't know. I like it. I surprisingly like it. It's fun. That's a fun drink. And that's real coconut. That's like real shaved coconut. I like that a lot. That's fun. All right, so with our desserts, as I said, we've got the chocolate hazelnut cornetto, the olive cake. I have never had olive cake before, so that'll be fun. And I believe this is a lavender blueberry donut. So let's start closest to me and work our way in. I don't really know how to eat this. I have a little mouth, so I don't think I can. I guess we'll just try to split it maybe. Okay, so the hazelnut chocolate is kind of piped in the top a little bit. You can see it does go down into the, I'm going to call this a croissant, because I don't think it's much more than a croissant. It's very nice and flaky. Yeah, let's dig in. That was a good call. Basically like Nutella on a croissant. But both are really good. Like the croissant's super buttery, super flaky. I did grab some ice water to kind of tame down the sugar rush a little bit. That's really good. That's a really good cornetto. I don't really know what signifies a cornetto versus a croissant, but it tastes like a croissant to me. I do like it a lot though. That's very good. Very buttery. Whether they make these in-house, I have no idea. I've never seen it at a typical Starbucks. It's very good. All right, we'll set our cornetto off to the side here. That was really good. I like that. That was fun. All right, so olive oil cake. I've seen it made. I've seen it talked about. I have personally never had it. I'm gonna say that's probably pistachios on top there. Definitely see some olive oil on there. I honestly have no idea what to expect with this. Not a clue. Just kind of want to make sure I get a little bit of the top in there. Yeah, there you go. It smells like olive oil. I don't love that. I don't love that. It's super dry. Very, the olive oil is very, very present. I guess I just don't really ever think of olive oil in a sweet sense. And it's not the worst thing I've ever eaten. The cake tastes a lot just kind of like a bundt cake, but you can definitely, absolutely taste that olive oil. It is very, very present in there. I don't know about that one. Yeah, I don't know that I would order that again. I don't even know that I'm going to get this down all the way. Last up today at the Reserve is the blueberry lavender donut. You can definitely tell blueberry is involved here. Let me get that pistachio off there. Got the coated in a lavender frosting. Ooh. That's good. A lot of lavender, obviously. There's lemon in there too. I don't know if it said that on the menu, but it tastes lemony. Definitely a citrus bite. Balanced with some sweet blueberry. That's really good. That is fantastic. Really pretty too. I love the glaze, how it hardened on there. I think that's my favorite of the pastries. That's pretty solid. Really, it's a cake donut. It's really, really moist. That was, you know, versus the olive cake. This is very moist. It's thick and it's heavy, but there's still a lot of moisture in it. I like that. Yeah, definitely the best of the three. Let me sit here a little longer, sip on this very purple latte, snack on these pastries a bit, and we'll head outside and I'll give you my final thoughts on Starbucks Reserve, Seattle, Washington. Or maybe. Guys, I'm stuffed. I just had a huge lunch. I go to Starbucks Reserve, fill my gut full of caffeine, sugar, and pastries. Starbucks Reserve, Seattle. Reflections. Honestly, it was much better than I thought it would be. I didn't have a ton of expectations when I went there. It is very touristy, no doubt. I mean, I would say 90% of the people in there are tourists, but it was exceptionally better than I thought it was. The coffee was good, way better than Starbucks. If that's the case, is Starbucks Reserve better than Starbucks? Absolutely, 100%. I gotta say, I typically don't love Starbucks, but that was really good. Pastries, all in all, other than that olive cake, were pretty good. Donut definitely was the star of the show. Really, really enjoyed that. Price-wise, for being what it is in a touristy area in a major city, not, you know, you can figure add a couple bucks onto each item for that. I think that's fair. All in all, really good. I'm gonna give that a 7 out of a 10, which is high for me for Starbucks. I love coffee. And this is actually the city I fell in love with coffee in. The Pacific Northwest is a coffee mecca, if you don't know it. I can't think of another city in the country that does coffee better than they do here. And Starbucks Reserve really did not disappoint. I would come again. I would bring the kids, because there's a lot going on. Like I said, there's tours, there's a bar, there's a lot happening. That was a fun stop. I pleasantly surprised. Really enjoyed myself. Hope you guys enjoyed that too. If you've ever been to a Starbucks Reserve yourself, comment down below and let me know which one. I think there are 2 or 3 here in the States, and then there's 2 or 3 overseas. A lot of fun, good stuff. Yeah guys, thanks for joining me today. Had a lot of fun, and we'll catch you next time.